Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NASholes, the podcast where two assholes who like to think they know a thing or two about NASCAR talk about NASCAR. I'm Benny B, joined alongside my very good friend Drew the Man Scarvan. You guys can follow us on X at NASHolesPod and on TikTok at NASHoles.podcast. Drew, it was sunny in Sonoma in the wine country, and we had a whole lot of SVG, man. But
Whole lot of it.
before we get to SVG, you know what's great if you're out in sunny Sonoma or sunny anywhere, this
The
time of year where it's
alcohol?
really hot. No, that's what we got to stay away from, Drew.
Oh, that's right. How can we? What should we do if we don't drink all the booze in Sonoma?
Well, if you're not drinking all the booze in Sonoma, or if you do happen to drink the booze from Sonoma and, you're feeling a little not good the next day, you need none other than Hoist. Hoist is an IV level hydration drink. It has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, half the sugar of traditional sports drinks, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial preservatives, sweeteners, or dyes. It is BPA free, kosher, shout out to the Jews, made in the USA, and it comes in 7 delicious flavors. I don't know about you, Drew. Hoist sent us some free stuff. They're not a sponsor or anything, but we love them, and they're cool, and they make, tasty hydration beverages. But, Drew, this is my favorite one, the 5-star punch. I don't know about
It
you.
is
Which one is your
honestly
favorite?
that and black cherry are my
Dude, black
those were
cherry's
the
great.
two I loved the most.
I had wished they sent us more watermelon because that one was pretty fire. They only sent one of those. But you guys can check out all of what Hoist has to offer at drinkhoist.com. If you are a military or first responder, you get 10% off your order. And I think if you sign up, you actually get 10% off your first order. So check out what
So
they have.
would that compound to 20% off your first order?
I think so. I haven't tried it, but I think
One way
so,
to
man.
find out.
There's only one
Noise,
way to find out, man. And you guys can
noise.
also find out where the hell to find this stuff. Just go to their site and then, go on one of the tabs and it'll be like find a store and it'll show you where they're selling it. So I know up there in Wisconsin and the Midwest, they're at Meyer. And down here, I found them at Publix. There also is a gas station that I go to usually that has them. But yeah, go check it out, guys. It's great stuff. And it's no bullshit, man. It's backed by science.
And we trust the
And the
science, eh?
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
But
Even if
Drew,
it seems wonky, we blindly believe.
back to racing, Drew. Man, Sonoma, never really was a huge fan of Sonoma. I thought it was always look cool, but this weekend kind of gave it a whole new meaning for me, man. It was exciting, man, seeing like let's just talk about Saturday first. I mean, Zilich and SVG teammates
Yeah.
going at
Yeah.
it, man, just putting on an absolute clinic. I mean,
Oh yeah, and yeah, you got to give it to Zilich, man. He held off SVG pretty good there, and
yeah.
I do think his car was probably also like a little bit better than SVG's, which also helps. But that's also the road course goat behind your ass. So being able to beat him's honestly pretty impressive. Like regardless of like how you do it.
Well, yeah, and it's really telling of his skills, man. And I want to say that I mean I don't want to say this like as a matter of fact, but I want to say that SVG was holding back a bit, but at the same time, I don't I'm not saying that I don't want to discredit Connor because I mean he was just being awesome and SVG gave him huge praise at the end there, and they drive cleanly, and I think part of the reason is like that. What I think is that Shane is not going to race anybody dirty. Like he probably had
Yeah,
so many opportunities where he could have honestly probably bumped his ass and just went for it, but he doesn't race like that, man, and I really respect it.
yeah. Well, and that just comes primarily from V8 supercars because that's one of
Right.
the racing leagues where well, I don't know this 100%, but I believe contact is like forbidden, or no, intentional contact, I should say. Like if, because I mean, you're in cars, bumping into each other is an inevitability, but like
Oh yes,
intentionally, like
yeah.
giving someone the bumper or whatever in that sport,
He actually talked
you know,
about this actually too. I remember him saying it. He's like in supercars, like basically, if you bump anybody, like they basically send your ass straight to the back. Like it's not a joke. So I guess something he's used to. I mean, obviously, he did bump him at the end, and I kind of thought he was gonna just bump him in the rear, and then just I think he was seeing if Connor would make a mistake. I think he was trying to force his hand, and I mean Connor handled it so well, man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, like the last couple laps just really impressed me, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's big ups to him. Big ups to him. If he's doing this on an Xfinity, I can't wait to see what he's gonna do in Cup whenever he comes up to Cup. Probably next year.
Yeah,
Who knows
I
exactly?
personally think the way Zilich has raced the past, what is it, 2 years now in Xfinity?
Well, this
Is
is
it two
his
years?
like rookie year, but he made a couple of starts last season, winning
Well,
his
he
first
well
start
even
last
last
season.
season he had a few races. I mean, did he win it? I can't remember, man.
Yeah, he won at Watkins Glen, and that was right after he turned 17. So he went
But
there, 17 or 18, one of
yeah,
the two. But
I,
yeah, he
I
went there and
think
won on his
I
first
think
race.
for sure, like I think he's gonna take the 99.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that.
And but it was, man. I mean, but think about this, Drew. Like it's a great weekend for Red Bull. I mean, you had because Zilich was in the
And
Red Bull, right? Am I right?
yeah, he's a Red Bull driver as well.
Yeah, and then SVG in that beautiful Red Bull car. We will talk about beautiful cars later on in the
So
episode.
beautiful.
Man, like think about back when they first got into the sport in like 2005 or 2004, 2005 or whatever it was. I believe they sponsored Robbie Gordon. Things were not very
I don't.
good for them, man. Like entering the sport, they had a bad
Oh
taste in
God,
their mouth.
no. Yeah,
And
no.
this
It,
brings them back to the sport. This is so huge for like Red Bull and even just for
oh,
NASCAR
oh
in
yeah.
general.
Well, the problem was the first time around too. When they entered the sport, I mean, the sport was like completely different, and I mean, they just didn't sponsor drivers. They had their own team and all that. So, coming into the sport and expecting to do really great and not doing the greatest, as well as not really having a team that's well pieced together, I mean, it's not gonna be sustainable.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
it's kind of why,
the results weren't there for them, but now they're getting the results with these kind of guys, and you have to imagine that they're gonna want to invest a little bit more in it.
I'm trying to remember if they even won any races. I'm looking up the team's
I don't
stats.
think they did, man.
Well, of they had a couple of pretty good guys driving for them. Yep, 2 wins. They got 2 wins.
Oh, really? Who got them? Does it say?
I bet you Casey Kane was one of them. Oh nine, who won it? Who they had to know? I bet you Scott Speed's the other one.
Yeah.
Red Bull Racing. Oh, Brian Vickers. Brian Vickers actually won. So he won at Michigan,
Okay.
and then in
Okay.
their last season, Casey Kane won at Phoenix in 2011.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Yeah,
So they've had few wins, but not much success. Like really, it's few
yeah.
and far between. And so now they're starting to see the success. And yeah, I think Red Bull's going to be around for a while with Trackhouse, really, and those guys.
Well, and I think too the thing that really was good for Red Bull entering the sport was the fact that SVG was a Red Bull driver, and when he
Yeah,
came
he
over here and
basically
won
brought him over.
Chicago, yeah, because I mean, Red Bull had, they still weren't the biggest on NASCAR, so all they did was just have SVG wear like a Red Bull helmet, but he
Yeah.
went out and he dominated that race, won the race, and then, they kind of started getting that sour taste out of their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's awesome to see that they're on cars again. And they're actually like on really good drivers. It's looking pretty good, honestly, for Red Bull. And I don't think this will be the last time we'll see that Red Bull car in victory.
Nope. I can see them sponsoring most of when SVG runs these road courses and when Zilich runs these road courses. But
Yeah.
with that being said, everybody's talking about the ass spanking that SVG put on, and it was an ass spanking. I mean, he led 97 laps. I
Oh, I
think
thought you were talking
that.
about his sex tape. Oh.
I don't know anything about that, Drew. You're into some kinky shit. But I believe they said the previous owner of the record for laps led was Jeff Gordon. And Jeff Gordon, as you know, was pretty historically good at this track. I believe um he's won there like a handful of times. I don't have it up, but yeah, like I think Jeff Gordon had the record at like 93 laps led, and now SVG gets 97 out of 110. I mean, it's just like, damn, son. Like even when he pits, he just gets back up there and cycles back up there so quickly, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Everything
I
like
was super impressed that like when he went down pit road, he somehow came off of it into second place and like just drove right past Kyle Larson.
I know,
Yeah,
man.
like
I know.
I because like well, since we only have like a handful of road course races, I always forget that the pit cycles are completely different than oval tracks. So when he pulled that off, at first I was like, "Oh, this is fucking unheard of," and I was like, "No, you dumbass. That's actually pretty common on a road course, but it was impressive that he still did it. I mean, nonetheless."
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and I think part of the reason why I enjoy these road courses, and now I will say I kind of hope we don't do this whole back to back thing. I don't really like that. I would like if they spaced them out a little bit more. But the thing I like about these road courses is the strategy that's involved. Like, I'll be honest, Michael McDowell, right? He started 15th. He was running up. I believe he was like in 7th. Then there was like this big crash, and before they called the caution, he moved up a couple spots, and they decided that they were gonna pit, and like I remember on the broadcast, they're like, "Oh, we just heard Michael McDowell's in car camera, and his crew chief said they're gonna pit," and he was like, "Oh, no matter what," and like kind of questioning it, and he's like, "Yeah, we gotta," and he's like, "Okay," and then he did, and I was like, "You gotta be shitting me," though. And like even Steve Letarte was like, "Yeah, it's a calculated move, but." I just don't see this paying off. And sure shit, it did. Now, granted, he moved himself up because of those fresh tires that he got. He moved himself up into like about, I don't know, like 17 through to 15 or 14, somewhere up in there, and that caution really helped. He was, I mean, to be honest, he was one of the better drivers on restarts from because I was kind of paying attention to him because I had him for the podcast pick and my pool pick, and that's really what I care about. Uh, uh, yeah,
Yeah,
it was an incredible effort by McDowell.
yeah. McDowell on like he impressed me a little bit, especially like towards the end there when he was like able to get to the top five. I think we need to mention Chase Elliott though, especially like after that last
Quietly in
pit
third.
cycle. But no, there wasn't a quiet about him. He was probably honestly gonna get up to SVG if had we not had those cautions, like the last couple of cautions. When you had those cautions,
Well, he had
you
fresher
know,
tires, didn't he? Like even at the end.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
just
but
needed a caution, really.
well, no, it wasn't that he needed a caution per se, but he just needed the speed to catch up to SVG, which he had. But SVG's fire off speed was fucking insane. So it's
I
really,
know. Dude, it
you know,
was
it
like
was
at the beginning of the race. It was like you saw cuz Byron was where did he start? Like let's see. I guess he would have started second, right? Well, regardless,
I believe
he was right behind him on like two of the restarts, I believe. And he just bumps SVG, and SVG's like, "Thanks, dude." And he just went, "Woo." And I was sitting there thinking like, I know this is a part of this, but why would you ever do that for him? Like, come on, man.
yeah, I'm trying to replay all the restarts in my head right now, but I don't think anybody beat SVG on restarts.
The closest was
I think
Briscoe,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say Briscoe was really close, but
but once they got up the hill and around that first would that be like the second turn
yeah, something like that.
or whatever? I mean, it was pretty much just like goodbye, dude. But I will
Yeah,
say Briscoe has been impressive lately on these road courses.
yeah, he was never really one to look after road courses, and it also helps too that his crew chief is I think he comes from the V8 supercar background as well, so he's got a really good idea of how to run road courses.
Yeah, what is
So
it? What is his crew chief's name? It's like James.
uh, James Small, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Small, another
Yep.
Kiwi too as well. We got two Kiwis in the cup.
Yeah. Well, and then it also helps too that like Martin Truex, who was pretty good at this track, was the predecessor of
Yeah,
that 19 car, and so like they have a lot of good data on that and how to run it.
well, it also helps too that he's racing like a tier one. Well, not like there's any other tiers of Toyota, but like the Toyota team in NASCAR. So
Well,
that
yeah, and
also
I
helps
think,
as
dude,
well.
just in general, like Briscoe going to JGR was the best thing that could ever happen to him, man, for his career.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really make this known or never, but up until like he got his win at Pocono, there was a part of me that was like, is he gonna get a win this season
Is he
or?
just going to be that guy that's up there but doesn't really get it
Yeah,
done? Yeah,
yeah,
I get you.
and so I was kind of, hoping that wouldn't be the case. But luckily, you got that stick win up at Pocono. Yeah, yeah. Though, him going to a team like that though is very beneficial to him. So
Hmm. Well, even like when I was at the Southern 500, what was that 2 years ago? Like where he won?
last season, it was last year.
Yeah, yeah, last year. I mean, like you could see the potential. It's just like SHR, they were just never there with the cars, man. Like it just seemed like that. And you saw it because Priest now. Look at Priest, dude. Like you're constantly seeing him competing like up like front and in middle of the pack every week.
Yeah, I actually think right now his stats are a little better than Busher's.
They might be, man. I'd have
Yeah,
to look,
but
but
yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's just a damn shame though that SHR kind of turned out to what it was. Because like back in like the tens or whatever, SHR was like the big dick in the locker room. They
yeah.
were they were fucking they're going and beating teams like Hendrick, Penske, and Gibbs like easily. Then started 21 or whatever, NASCAR kind of tweaked a couple of rules or whatever, and I think that messed with what they were doing with their car, so it really slowed them down.
Yeah.
It also didn't help too that Ford didn't want to bring Kyle Larson into the team, even though Tony Stewart was begging them to do it. He was like, "Yo, like we can get him the car, we can turn this team around," and Ford's like, "No, we don't want nothing to do with that racist." So, I
That's
mean, it's
funny, dude.
fine. Ford's only probably shooting themselves in the fucking dick right now over that, though. He's done pretty good, minus the last few weeks since
When you say that, man,
Indianapolis.
it's funny. I saw like the video of Larson's like apology video. He's like, "I said the word that should never ever be said."
Yeah,
And it was like an edit, and then they have, where it goes from there.
yeah,
But
it's
yeah, dude.
I don't know. Arguably, that was actually probably the best thing he ever could have done for his career, though, because he got a job at freaking Hendrick Motorsports office
Well,
after he got
yeah,
after he got cut, and then he went and won the championship his first season with them. So like,
yeah.
can make an argument that it was actually really good he did that.
I guess so.
Too bad it didn't work for Noah Gregson like that. Which do you know that I think as of Wednesday this week, Front Row and 23 probably gonna lose their charters,
Yeah, I will.
dude. And like,
Basically, they have by tomorrow to give them an answer, or whatever. And what's
yeah,
crazy is I think NASCAR is gonna want the money back or some shit from
yeah.
whatever. I don't really know. I'm not really all versed in it. I mean,
Well,
I listened to Denny Hamlin this morning talk about it, and basically they would become free agents really after this year. That's what it sounds like. But that makes
what?
me think, man, like because Legacy is wanting to add another car, like I wonder if they
Oh
snag
yeah,
one of
just
those dudes, man.
oh yeah. No, I think that's probably would be one of the teams that would go to a three-car team. But the problem though is really I'm starting to think Noah Gregson's just bad luck for Cup teams.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like minus when he joined Legacy Motor Club. So like so after he did his racist incident or whatever, which honestly compared to Larson's wasn't even as bad. It was just like a low effort George Floyd meme. But so he resigns from that team, which honestly was probably good for him anyways, because that team was not looking the best at the time. Then he goes, gets hired on at SHR. SHR closes, and then he's like, all right, over to Front Row. And the Front Row is probably fucked now too.
Wait, this is a crazy conspiracy I never even thought about.
Oh yeah, no, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days. I was like, why is Gregson the kiss of death to teams? Like,
Stay away from.
why, dude, for real, man. Well, actually, no, they they have a there's a three-car limit now to teams. So I think
Oh yeah, you're right.
honestly, if he
Does
doesn't,
Spire have three?
yeah, yeah, Spire has three. So it's
They
like
have
Hendrick and
McDowell,
Gibbs have four,
Hocevar, and who?
and
Dillon,
Justin Haley.
Haley.
Yeah.
Man,
So I
they
think
could do
like
without
pretty
Haley,
much,
man. I
I think
mean,
every
like, let's
competitive
be real.
team I think like every honest competitive team in the sport has like three cars. Because I know like Gibson
I
and
would
Hendrick
agree.
have four cars because they kind of grandfathered them in. So I really don't know how long that's gonna last because I feel like at a certain point you're gonna have to like cut one of the cars or whatever. But like how do you cut one of the cars?
Well, and that very well could I mean, you just never know. Like, you don't know what goes on in the garage. Like, some of these guys, like some of these drivers, like the owners might not be very pleased with them, and they're like, we're done with you, man. I mean, I know they have contracts and stuff, but like, obviously that can all change.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
man. Man, though, if I was a team owner though, and I bought one of the charters from either Front Row or 2311, I would just look at Gregson with like a look of terror. Like, if I bring him on,
Please stay away.
will we go under? Will we go under, man? Fuck.
I'm gonna lose it if he goes somewhere else and then some crazy shit happens.
God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Uh,
Also, here's another idea though. But what's stopping? So, like, if they lose their charters, what's stopping them from just buying them again?
well, I don't think they would be. I don't think
Would
NASCAR will
they?
let them.
Would Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Well, because
that
think
makes
about it, they're
sense.
in a lawsuit with their own like employer, basically, in
Yeah.
a way. So it's like, it's just like any
But,
other thing. Like
but
if,
what
if
if
I were to
what if
sue my
so
job and like I'd be like, oh, can I come back? I'd
so
be like, no,
so
dude,
like
try to sue us.
what if they so like what so what if they like they go they pay the NASCAR the money back, they lose their charters, and then like a day later they all show up wearing Groucho glasses and they're like, hi, we'd like to be a NASCAR team, and it's clearly Michael Jordan with like like the glasses, the nose, the mustache, thick black eyebrows. Nose isn't even the same color as his skin, and they're like, Jordan, no, we're not giving you charges. I don't know who this Michael Jordan is. My name is Derek Derrickson.
My name is Jekyll Morden.
My name's Jordan Michaels.
I kind of would love to see that as a skit now. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, that's a great idea right there. I've never seen a basketball in my life.
I don't
A
know how
Chicago Bull? Is that a special type of bull?
from Chicago.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them. You're
Dude,
literally wearing a pair of Air Jordans right now, Michael. What these? I found these, man. I don't know what the hell they are. Looks really cool. Just 6 shoes.
Drew, I gotta get something on my chest about this whole NASCAR. What's going on in NASCAR, man? I am so effing sick of all these people. SVG, oh, he's not even the best in points, so like he shouldn't be in the playoffs. He's only good at road
Yeah.
courses. My gosh, nobody effing cares. Okay, can you just appreciate what we are watching, man? Because what I watch is something that is enjoyable to watch, and I like seeing SVG. And yes, we know he's not good at ovals. He admitted himself that he's not good at ovals, and he's trying to get better. And listen, he will. He already has shown that he's getting better. He went from like average like 30 place finish to like 22, and he's a very smart guy. He's a very high IQ driver. He will end up getting better finishes on the ovals. I can almost guarantee it. But why does this always have to be a conversation? Like it's like when Harrison Burton got in the playoffs. It's like, "Oh my gosh, can we just like let the kid have his moment?" Like, yes, we know the playoff system is flawed. Like, and I wish that wins would be worth more points. That's how I wish it would go. I wish where you finish would be worth more points, and then we just do it that way. But that's not the way it is. And SVG is doing everything. And Trackhouse is so effing smart for having him on, dude. Like shit,
Oh
if
God,
if
yeah.
if they know he's gonna win a road course, bro, why would you not do this, man? But I'm just so sick of the bitching and whining about SVG, and then it's getting so effing old, man.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry, I had
I'm
to
with
get
you on
fired up on a
that.
Tuesday night, bro.
God damn.
I had to
No,
get
I
all keyed
mean,
up like
uh,
that.
no, I agree with you though. I mean, people are just kind of pissed off that his bread and butter is road courses, and it's
Well, I was thinking about this, Drew. Okay, imagine if you had a guy, right? He was only good at short tracks, only could win short track, like the short track king. I bet you none of these motherfuckers would be saying the same thing. I guarantee it. They would not say the same
oh
effing thing.
God, no, no, yeah, no, they wouldn't be saying dick for shit about it.
They'll be like, he's so good. It's so awesome to see.
Well,
And
the
I would agree with them. But however, I'd be like, what happened to SVG? Like I thought you guys said, oh, he's not good. Like he's only good at like yeah, we know he's only good at road courses, but like doesn't just change the fact that like he's going from a different car in the supercars to this in NASCAR, and like he's been learning, and like he's picking it up so quick. Like we've seen so many like road ringers over the years, but they've never been able to capitalize like SVG does. Like sure, like these road ringers, they'll get the pole like all the time, but they never win. Like this
well,
dude
yeah,
freaking starts out front and finishes out front.
well, it helps too that the team he races for has a pretty strong bond with Chevrolet. So I believe I listened to this on Door Bumper Clear, but fuck, not his name's escaping me. Marcus Ambrose. So
Oh yeah,
Marcus
yeah,
Ambrose, I think, only has one or two wins, and they were all on road courses. But he probably would have had a lot more road course wins had he been in better equipment. Now, you can also make the argument though that like beginning of the tens, I don't think we ran any more road courses than Watkins Glen and Sonoma. It
yeah.
wasn't, I don't think it was really until the late tens where they started throwing in new road course tracks. And then, with the car they were driving, that kind of picked up in popularity. And now we've gone from two to like seven, which, I mean, it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like road course racing.
Yeah,
I
cause
prefer oval over it though, not gonna lie. But I still appreciate road course
yeah,
racing.
'cause
And
we
like
had.
Watkins Glen is one of my favorite tracks of all
Yeah,
time.
me too,
You know,
man. Yeah, and
so it's like,
I like the idea of a street course, and I don't know. I am of the opinion that American stock car racing was built on the ovals. It should really stay there. However, I almost to me like road courses are kind of the epitome of actual like racing. And I think it's cool, man. And I think yeah, other cars probably handle it better and it's probably a better product, but
well,
I
see,
would almost like to see more of it, man, but I think we need to space them out through, and especially with the in-season tournament, I don't think it's fair to have like, well, maybe it's fine, but you know what I mean. Like, just don't do back-to-backs.
yeah. Well, I mean, people forget that we've always run road courses though.
Well, Sonoma's
So
always been on the schedule in Watkins
uh,
Glen, right? I mean, they for a
and
while.
then they also used to race at Riverside back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
so this kind of came to me while you were going on your spiel there just now, but I think really we need to stick with road courses because, especially if we're trying to keep growing the sport, like one stigma we've always had is, NASCAR is nothing but left turns, so that's all the drivers are good at.
Right, and that's why
So
people
us
don't want
going to,
it.
yeah, so you go to places like Sonoma, Watkins Glen, Mexico City, Coda. You show people who might not be into oval racing that hey, we're more than just left turns.
Yeah.
We are some of the best drivers in like the United States, maybe in the world. Honestly, it just goes back to where I mean, ovals will forever be like official way to race a stock car in NASCAR.
Yeah.
But having road courses, it's kind of just like it changes it up a little bit. And well, I guess now maybe not so much seeing that every time you go to a road course, SVG is probably just going to be the winner, which I'm cool with, I guess. But yeah, a lot of people think we should really just go back to the two races a year at road courses at Sonoma and Watkins Glen. But I think if we did something like that, it wouldn't be beneficial to the sport at all. So
You think keep it how it is?
yeah, like definitely we need to. I think from here on out, we always need at least one street course. And honestly, I'm cool with like replacing Charlotte or Oval with like another street course, honestly. Because if you do the street course, one thing that it does is you don't need to get fans to come to you. You're going to the fans at a street course, So like,
That's true. That's a good way
you
to think
know,
about it.
so if you think about it, like, yeah, you're probably not going to make a whole lot of money from like the track itself. Though I'm sure there's still going to be like admission fees and all that. But also, how are they going to fucking charge you money if you go on top of a roof and just watch the race from there?
Yeah, it's true.
But
You're
yeah,
having to be in a hotel or something right there.
yeah. So like, like Chicago. If we ever go back to Chicago, whatever. Honestly, we
Yeah, I
had
won't be
three
mad.
good years. We had 3 good years there. But I think we need to keep going to cities and uh just doing street courses there because that'll get people's attention literally. Because how are you going to ignore a fucking 40 car pack of stock cars that are a lot of shit?
Yeah, yeah. And
So
I don't know. I think personally I want more, but that's just me. But I understand why people would say no. But like I
yeah,
think it's be
well,
sweet, because we have 36 races. I mean, shoot,
yeah,
what's one
and I
more?
mean,
What's one more road
well,
course?
and if you look at it, yeah, we have like 7 road course tracks. and that's not even a third of the races still. So that's still going to
Oh,
be like more than 2/3 of the year is still going to be on ovals.
right.
So
So it wouldn't hurt, man.
oh god, no, yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think where we're at with them now is like fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But even if they want to like maybe swap out some tracks or whatever, like maybe replace the Roval with I don't know, fucking Road America. Yeah, just fucking
Yeah,
throwing that
maybe.
out there.
Yeah, a
Throw that
perfectly
shit
fine
out there.
track that every other freaking series lives in.
Yeah, but I do think though they're probably going to be cutting some of the road courses just from what it sounds like on podcasts and whatnot. 'Cause, like I know right now the big rumor is instead of going back to Chicago for a street course, they're going to go to Chicagoland, which I'm cool with that. But
Oh, that would
you
be
know,
sick. I've heard nothing but obviously I've only been a NASCAR fan for a couple of years, but like from what I hear is like the racing there was very good.
I can't really confirm or deny that because I believe that track closed down right. Oh man, I think it was 2019. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you're right.
like I was only kind of half assed watching the sport around that time. I didn't
Yeah.
really get big into it until like 2020. No, but I mean, if we go there, that's fine. I think then if that's the case, we got to axe one of the road courses and keep doing at least one like street race, every year.
Yeah.
Just to like I said, we're pretty much going to the fans and we can show off, how good of drivers we
Yeah,
got.
and I thought they did a good layout. The layout of Chicago was really cool, and I enjoyed watching it. But obviously, you can always be better, and you'd hope if they go to a different city that they'll learn what from whatever they learn from being at Chicago, that going to a new city they can learn kind of logistically how to make it better. Because but yeah, no, Sonoma, dude, freaking sweet. I mean, I don't think that's going anywhere. But I do want to do my good grass, ass grass. You guys already know the answer, guys. Come on. I mean, this is ass to this eighth degree, man. I
Damn,
mean,
eighth
like,
degree ass.
dude, here's my thing. Okay. We need to start racing here when the freaking grass is green. Okay. So I know that the grass is a result of the weather, but it's like they don't take care of it, man. They don't water the damn thing. And then, like, on top of it, all right, I don't mind if it's dead. I don't mind if it's like brown like that, but can you at least just like make it completely didn't have weeds growing everywhere? Like you see these little, you know what I mean? Geez, just make it perfectly dead, perfectly shitty. Like I don't know, or overseed it or something with like a warm season. I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know what's going on. I didn't look into this. Should have looked into this, but I'm pissed off. Okay,
That's fair.
but at the same time, you got to think with all the hills and stuff like that, it might be hard to maintain, I guess. But yeah, it gets a 0.0. That's my score. Hate it.
Damn.
But if we, maybe things will change. We'll change that date and we'll be in the spring or the winter and it'll look awesome. But it's time to get into the in season challenge. Obviously, from the get go, starting in Atlanta, this thing did not go how anybody thought and everybody's brackets were busted. All right. I did write down, however, what we thought this was going to play out. So, funny enough, did so this was from way back, but we had Ty Dillon moving on after beating Keselowski, Bowman moving on beating Wallace, Elliott beating Nemechek, which he didn't, and then Eric Jones beating Stenhouse, which he did, so we were right about that. Okay, so we were pretty close there. We had Priest and Reddick moving on, which they did. So we got that one right. And we had Almendinger and Busher moving on, but they didn't. They didn't. It was
Damn it.
actually Gibbs, and Zane Smith. And then from there, we never did this again. So, well, I think we did, but I didn't write it down. But anyways, Ty Dillon moves on with a last turn move, which, by the way, I gotta give him credit for. I mean, if you guys saw this, man, I mean, he just like out of turn 11 or like going into turn 11, it just kind of gets to his bumper and moves him, and then he goes and you just hear his little giddy laugh. He's like he knows like he's making it to the final four. Uh, Dude, props to him. And I think for guys like him, I think this in-season tournament is huge.
Oh yeah, no,
A
honestly,
million dollars.
I mean, right now he's the only driver really that. Well, okay, you can make an argument that Nemechek this would also be huge for Nemechek as well because Reddick and Gibbs. I mean, they're in top tier cars, so like you know, Dillon and Nemechek though those cars are mid pack cars, so and like the challenge is really more beneficial to guys like that. So at this point though, I think Dillon's just gonna fucking steamroll Nemechek and
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't know,
butt
man.
fuck whoever he has to go up in that for that $1 million. Like I won't look. It's gonna be hypocritical of me, but if he dumped whoever he was going after or racing up against for that $1 million, I wouldn't be pissed. I know I got pissed when his brother did it last year, but that wasn't $1 million payday on the line, and also like he's won races, so he has a little bit more success than Ty.
Yeah.
So seeing a
Well,
guy like Ty get something like this is like
I don't
awesome.
see that happening, Drew, only because Nemechek has honestly been very good for his standards this year. I mean, Nemechek's been very good, and I just at it's Dover,
It's the Monster Mile, man.
racing back at the roundy rounds.
The roundy rounds.
Yeah, so anything can happen on these
We're back
ovals.
at the roundy rounds. Shit, Ben. The roundy rounds.
I can't take credit for that. I heard it on Actions
Uh,
documental, but I thought it was funny.
that's fucking great. God damn it.
But yeah, Reddick and Gibbs, that's an interesting one because, I mean, just like I just said, it's the ovals, man. You just don't know what happened. Like something could go wrong, and Reddick hasn't really had the best year, really. And Gibbs, honestly, lately, I mean, I know we've had the road courses, but
Well, I
he
mean,
looked
on
pretty
every
good at
track.
Pocono too.
Yeah, I mean, every track he's been on, honestly, like he's done pretty good so far.
So I mean,
Like if he gets a win this year, I wouldn't be shocked, honestly. Like he's gotten pretty decent at it.
yeah,
But as much as he pisses me off from time to time, he has improved
so
pretty
yeah, I
greatly
don't
this
know what
season.
you think, man. So you think it's gonna be? What do you think we're gonna get here for like our final in
All right.
for our final
So
challenge in Indianapolis
all
after
right.
Dover?
So when we go to Indianapolis, I got it's gonna be Dillon versus Reddick because fucking Silver Spoon Gibbs, or I'm sorry, Golden Spoon up the ass Gibbs. I mean, he's got guaranteed like employment. Reddick, on the other hand, might be a free agent, and we don't know what the hell is going to happen next year.
Yeah, he might really need it,
Yeah, he
especially
might
if
need
they have to pay
$1 million.
back all the money to NASCAR.
That, and they're gonna, for the rest of the year, he's gonna be racing as an open team, so you only make a fraction of what you'd usually make per race because
Yeah.
you don't have the rights to, I guess, the majority of the purse or something like that. I don't know exactly, but pretty much like you get the shaft if you're an open team, and
Yeah.
you know, going from a like chartered team to now to an open team is just yikes.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, so you think it's gonna be Dillon and Reddick?
yeah. It's literally going to be David versus Goliath because Reddick is so tiny and Dillon is so tall. But Reddick's going to have the better car, so he'll technically be Goliath, and Ty Dillon will be David. It's a bizarro world, David and Goliath.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
Drew. Just to be a contrarian, I'm just gonna go the opposite of you and say it's gonna be Nemechek and Gibbs.
you motherfucker,
Well, whatever.
motherfucker.
So I think I gotta look at the results here. I want to see if there's anybody else that we need to talk about. Dude, let's talk about Josh Berry. Just absolutely freaking like damn throwing Hocevar. It's but nobody said a damn thing about it. But if Hocevar did that, that's the worst thing ever, dude. He's freaking terrible, man. Driver double
I don't.
standard, I guess.
Yeah, it's a driver double standard as
But
always.
it's a little different.
But I can't really comment a whole lot on that because I don't really know if there's anything prior to this happening between the two of them, or if it
Well,
was just like,
that's true.
or
I
if
don't know either. I don't remember.
or if it was just like it was accidental or whatever or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really get a whole lot on it, but from what I'm hearing from everybody, it sounds like it was an intentional dumping. Carson probably did something to rub him the wrong way.
They were right next to each other. I mean, it could have happened right down a couple turns past, but
Yeah,
I feel so, as a Blaney fan, it's just like
yeah,
every
not a
other
great.
week it's just something that I just see and I'm just like I shake my head. I'm like just so fed up. And I know, listen, can't blame Busher. All right, he's part of the Hoist family.
Right.
But I mean, I really besides that, I really can't blame him because I think he literally was just driving hard, trying to drive hard at the end, got loose, and it's just wrong place, wrong time. But it seems like Blaney always gets caught up in somebody else's bull.
Yeah, no, he's kind of been a caution magnet this season,
Unbelievable,
sadly.
man.
I mean, thankfully he got that win at Nashville, I think. Yeah, at
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yep.
Yeah, so he got the win at Nashville. So I mean, he's in the playoffs, which is good. And usually Penske's known to flip the switch come playoffs.
Right.
Like,
Because Penske, I gotta say, has been kind of in a downfall lately.
you know, yeah,
And I
they,
was just
I don't
thinking
know.
about this. Like,
Every week they're up and down, honestly. And like out of honestly, like none of the drivers are really great road course racers for the most part.
right. But the thing is Blaney, like these last two road courses, has done pretty well, all things considered, how he usually is on these things. And like he was running up front really most of the day, and I believe he would have probably got like a top 10 finish there if he had not got run into the freaking desert there.
Yeah, well, didn't he also get caught up in like an accident too and get damaged as well?
I don't remember that, but
I think
probably.
it. I think
Yeah.
so.
But we do need to
Or
talk about the whole incident with Keselowski and Gibbs team.
uh, yeah.
Now, Gibbs was going down pit road first, got there first, and they obviously have the orange lines to help with drivers, but he has the right of way to go through. And after hearing different things and hearing that NASCAR looked at it and they're not going to look further into it, there was nothing wrong with it, man. If anything, Keselowski's tire, man, he needs to back the hell off. I mean, he's got to give him more room, like. And then I just don't understand. What I didn't get was him going over to Gibbs pit crew and just starting a fight. Like,
So
I mean,
I'm
like,
okay. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but if you watch the footage from one of the helmet cams of Keselowski's crew and you see Gibbs come into pit lane, drive into Keselowski's stall to get into his, it almost looks like the car jerks to the left a little bit more.
I
Like
can't
it
confirm or
looks
deny what you're saying, but
that
upon what I
that like
initially like can remember, it did kind of seem that way, and that's what I thought at first. I'm like, this is a
yeah.
jackass move.
Well, and I mean it's not unheard of for Ty Gibbs to do dildo shit like that, But like I don't know. That helmet cam, honestly, and look, maybe for all I know, I'm just like seeing shit or whatever. But it looks like that card like jerks in a little bit closer, because
Yeah,
like that. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, the guy that got tapped or whatever with the car or the wheel he was holding got tapped probably was over the wall a little too far, So that might be the
so
case, but
yeah, I guess we could agree that they're
honestly,
both in the wrong.
like I think in this situation they're both fucking stupid.
Yeah,
But and
yeah.
it's good nobody got hurt,
No, I'm glad. I
but
mean, because that would have been bad.
so I don't really fault the tire guy for going over there and just getting up and gives his team space. Yeah, I mean I think
I mean,
that's
I guess he
justified.
couldn't he couldn't confront Gibbs right then and there, so he had to blame it on somebody, right?
But yeah. And like yeah. Look, man, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. It's not like I'm gonna die on this hill, but it really does look like Gibbs did turn in intentionally a little bit.
I have to watch that again, but yeah,
The
I don't know.
I
It
mean,
was
you
it
gotta,
was it was fishy, man. It didn't
yeah.
really make any sense to me. I didn't think they got caught in him and Kozlowski got caught into anything on the track, really. But
And I'm not really saying that because I do have a history of not caring a whole lot for Ty Gibbs. I really don't think he's like
yeah,
a
that's
good
well known on
person.
this podcast, Drew.
I don't think he's really the best person. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I never have gotten a good feeling about him. But I try to be this year. I've tried to just look past bias and whatever, and just kind of judge him based on performance. And, I mean, he's been doing really good this season,
Yeah.
but he does have a history of doing dumb shit like this. And watching that helmet cam honestly looks like Gibbs jerking the car a little bit more to fucking tap the guy
Hey, I'll watch
because
it
he
again.
just
I'm not
got
going to confirm what you're saying, but
yeah, because I mean if you
I'll
think
watch it
about
again
it,
tonight, man, for sure. And I'll
if
see
you
what I
if you
think.
think about it, Busher kind of ran him wonky, honestly, and shoved him up and out of the way and made him lose a few positions. So I'm not going to be surprised if that little hothead went and just was like, oh yeah, that's his teammate's team, close enough, and then just try and do something to be like, oh, I was following what I'm supposed to do, and I
I
don't
did nothing
know,
wrong. He said after this, he's like, I didn't do
and
nothing wrong, and they
I
have
don't
the
know.
orange lines.
Yeah, and like I said too, I mean, if it was really if it really was just like just an accidental situation, whatever, I guess, I won't lose sleep over it.
Right,
But I
let's
really
have to.
don't think it's
You don't buy it. You
yeah,
don't buy it, Drew.
I can't buy it, and I'm probably one of the few people that's just probably, still This stands.
Well,
You
Drew,
know.
speaking of dumbass stuff, I want to introduce a new segment on the show. Dipshit of the Day. So Dipshit of the Day is something we're going to do for something that happened on the race day. And whoever was the biggest dipshit will get the award. So my Dipshit of the Day goes to Cody Ware's tire man, who didn't fucking tighten the damn thing. And then the tire decided, fuck this, I'm giving up and gonna try to beat SVG myself. I mean, that's part of the reason why McDowell even was able to get a top 5, because that stupid ass fucker couldn't get the damn tire on.
Fuck this! I'm taking SVG on solo.
Do you agree with that one, or do you have another one, a different dipshit of the day? Is it Ty Gibbs?
No, no, no. I'm with you on the. I'm with you on Tony Ware's tire changer. It's like,
I'm just well, and you saw the video, man. It was
yeah.
like
How many times do we get a nice view of like the lug nut just flying off the
well, what
tire
was bad
or the
about it is
fastener?
it looked like the tire changer did it, and then they went back to the other side to jack it, like jack the other side up, and you could tell he totally knew that something wasn't right, and like he wanted, but he was
Yeah.
like, it's almost like he just didn't say anything, man. Like I don't know, total
I
dipshit.
mean, it's all right. He'll have plenty of time to reflect on that. Since he's probably going to be out for 2 weeks now, so
Yeah.
little staycation at home
Mm-hmm.
would be fun.
Yes. Well, Drew, shall we get to our paint schemes?
Oh, cheers.
All right, favorite paint
Yeah.
scheme. Drew, you go first, man.
Well,
Oh,
I
you're
was
gonna.
gonna say I got yours brought up first, just because it was closer.
Okay. All right. Bring it
Yes,
up.
I believe this is
Bring
the
it
one
up.
you told me, right?
Yeah. So I struggled. I mean, I really like the '88. I think that Red Ball car is sick. Another close one was Chastain's Kubota car, but this one ultimately takes it for me, and it's because that freaking windshield wiper is wrapped. I mean, like, look at that. It's got the stars and stripes on it. It says "Real American Beer." I mean, beer in America. Like, what's there not to like about it? It's
Well,
dope.
Hulk Hogan's also the owner, and he is in fact a real American. He fights
That's
for
right.
what's right, and he fights for his life. I think is how his entrance music went. I don't know.
Yeah.
Been a hot
All right,
minute.
Drew.
I don't know. I'm going with the '88 Red Bull car. The matte blue finish on it fucking makes my tits harder than a grandpa on Viagra. And
Well, it's just beautiful, and I believe the '88 with that. You know how like he has his signature '88 with the little slash.
well, that's the
It was like
Trackhouse
chrome,
thing. Yeah.
dude.
Oh
That thing
yeah.
was sweet.
I
And by
the
the way,
only
I still think SVG is a burnout king, man. I love. That's what part of the reason why I love seeing him win is because I love seeing him what he does for the burnout, and he shredded those tires, man.
oh my god, yeah, they flew right the fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, now for a part that will make Drew a little bit happier than the last couple weeks, but not much.
Eh, eh.
So, as you know, I've been whipping Drew's ass in the standings.
Yeah.
I let Drew get this one. I'm not gonna lie, not really because I let him, but because I really did not think SVG would win. Like I thought he would, finish top
Fool,
3 or top 2 or something,
foolish mortal.
and not one. I really just I don't know. It's something about going back to backs just didn't seem possible. I mean, I know how
Huh?
great he is and stuff, but now I'll never doubt him, really. So
Yeah.
I had picked McDowell. He finished 4th. That's great for me. So I got 33 points. And Drew picked SVG, as he should if I don't pick him when I had the opportunity. And he got 37 points. So now I believe I am leading 483 to 424. So Drew changes his deficit by 4. So he's down by 4 less points, but he does get the pick for Dover. So Drew, what the hell happened to my pen? There it is. Who do you pick for Dover, my guy?
I'm going Ryan Priest. I hope I didn't
What?
fuck myself there.
You totally just did, but okay. Make your
Well, I
case.
mean, New England track, New England driver. He's in a tier one Ford team.
Hey, you can't deny that Brian Priest has been running very good. I
Oh god,
mean,
yeah, he's doing a lot better than I thought
I
he
mean,
would
hell,
in his
at
first
Darlington,
year.
he was behind Byron for that whole race in second place. I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
he holds his pace, but yeah, I don't know, dude. This is just one of those. I mean, I would love a Priest win because how about this? If if any of the RFK boys win, I'm gonna be giving away a pack of Hoist to anybody that retweets the episode.
Noise.
So
Noise.
I'll put that out there. I'll give away a 12 pack of variety pack of Hoist if any of the RFK racers win because they're sponsored by Hoist. So, and we are not, but we want to be. I mean, but they gave us free stuff. So, I mean, are we
We're gonna
sponsored? I don't know.
shamelessly plug them. That's all
Are
we'll
we
say. We'll
sponsored? I don't
shamelessly
know.
plug them.
Drew, I hate to do this to you, man, but I gotta go Denny Hamlin. Man.
God damn it.
Denny Hamlin back on the ovals. He's pretty good at this track. I'll be honest. Just I don't know. It'll be nice to be back on the ovals though, Drew. Dover, I like Dover. I think it's a great track.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty solid race every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the only concrete track we race on.
No,
If I
NASholes
remember.
concrete.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Well, it's one of two then.
so I don't know. I don't have any other news and notes other than people kind of been commenting on Ryan Blaney about how all this stuff keeps happening to him, but he never like somebody said. Let me just read this because well, one like I kind of agreed to it, but then when I saw Blaney's response, he actually saw it and he responded to this guy. So somebody said, so he pisses you off because he gets upset over something he should be upset about right after it happens, but calms down as time goes on. Weird. And then this person said, no, he does this nearly every week, yet doesn't get back at anyone ever. All bark, no bite. Spicy Blaney would be great for, would be great for the product. Well, then Blaney saw this and he said, I love his response. Maybe it's because I was raised correctly and don't wreck people and put the guys who work on this stuff for hours on end in a tough spot. Yes, I get upset in the moment, but it's a way to vent and let things go. I do wish I wasn't that way and people didn't judge me for it, but it's who I am, unfortunately. I just love that, man.
He's got the foresight. I'll say that, man.
I mean, but he's right, man. Like these guys work so effing hard on this stuff. Like, what? Don't. There's no sense in like trying to wreck somebody, man. Like that's just. I don't
Yeah,
agree with that, man. Now, if it was like a Austin Dillon type of thing where he like he intentionally wrecked you, okay, I get it. But like Busher didn't intentionally wreck him, man. I
yeah,
don't think.
yeah.
Yeah, but I got nothing else, Drew.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could probably wrap her up right here then.
Yeah, man. Well, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of NASholes. Again, please subscribe to us on YouTube, share us on X, and follow us on X at NASholespod. We're gonna try to get more TikToks going. We'll see. It's been tough. Can't lie. Get busy and stuff. But we're gonna try to get more content on TikTok. So follow us on TikTok at nasholes.podcast. And make sure you follow us on Spotify. Give us that 5-star review and leave some comments. Who you guys think is going to win Dover? And, just any questions for us. We'll be happy to read them. So
Hell yeah.
we'll see you next time after Dover.
All right.